Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
Hey, it's Miles. Thank you guys for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast.
Have you heard our newest podcast? It's called The Greatest Story Never Told.
Download it today on radio.com. Be sure to subscribe. New episodes are uploaded every Tuesday at noon.
Back to the conversation. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
10 foods that are not from where you think, coming up with Ted's Meat and Potatoes. But first time for a few emails from the Men's Room at KISW.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
Might as well jump right into the birthdays, guys. It's my daughter Anna's 7th birthday. She likes listening to what she calls Miles and Friends. And says every time you answer a call. So could you give her a little kid face sandwich, please, and tell her happy birthday, Dookie Shoes, on the air? That'll make her day. That from Victor in Omaha, Nebraska.
Fish sandwich.
Happy 18th to our favorite new adults, Zach and Danica. They turn 18 today, and we're so proud of them. We love you to death. Can we get a big old face sandwich and a Leroy Jenkins? Thanks, guys, with lots of love from Mom, Dad, and the crazy pups.
Fish sandwich. Are you sure?
Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins!
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Rockaholic out there. Today's my 22nd birthday. Hope you all are having a great one and making the best of it. I haven't a clue what sounds to play, so Mike, please just push some buttons. I don't care. Rock on, everyone. That from Henry. Hello, bitches. My name is Jared, and I love your show. Today is my birthday. I was hoping to get a Homer Simpson fish sandwich. Thank you, guys, for the endless laughter and entertainment.
Fish sandwich. Are you sure?
All the guys want to give a birthday shout-out to my oldest son, Frank Swinton, pronounced Butch. He's 29 today, getting married in 2 weeks. He's a union carpenter and is making it great for himself. Proud of you. So can he get your penis is too small and a big old bong hit? Thank you, guys, from Frank Sr., the original running old guy.
Somehow I don't think she was pulling tubes after she screamed into the phone.
Subject, third time's a charm. Olabich's quick backstory about the last 3 years of my attempted birthday emails. For my 29th birthday, I made a Facebook post asking for someone to send the Men's Room an email shout-out for me. Long story short, that didn't happen. So I waited until the next year for my big 30th birthday, sending an email all by myself. The time came for you guys to read birthday emails. I got stoned and forgot to turn on the radio, so I missed that one. That was a big fail. So that now brings us to today. It's my 31st birthday, and all I want is for Coach Ted to give me props for turning on the radio this time and finally completing my teaching certificate program this spring after 11 years of work. Thanks for all the laugh, guys. That from Katie and Everett. Yeah, Ted's on vacation.
But next year.
Next fourth time is a charm for you. Guys, I just want to wish my man Josh a happy birthday today with the Men's Room. He's officially in his mid-30s now. So going to get the dirty German talking about how impressive he is at lifting his giant beams. Thanks, guys, for all you do. That from Leah.
Yeah, Leah, I have never seen him lift these big beams. I have seen him lift his beans, however.
Boys, can you wish the happiest 38th birthday to my handsome boyfriend, Aaron, pronounced Aaron. Listen to you guys every day. Thrill, can you give him some advice as Admiral Crunch on putting a ring on it? Oh, by the way, also, you guys mentioned being airlifted to the hospital. You want to know what it's like? I work administration at Harborview. I asked someone from Airlift Northwest to call in. They are badass nurses who fly people into us. Thank you guys so much. You guys rock. Pain in the grass. That from Catherine.
Oh, Catherine, a.k.a. Beyonce. If you want him to put a ring on it, the only thing the captain will suggest is that he gets it erect first.
Guys, it's my boy.
Berries.
Yeah, that too. It's my boyfriend Mark's 45th trip around the sun. How about the dirty German explaining how wonderful he is from your Sandy love?
Yeah, you must be wonderful if you can have Sandy love. Yesterday we said it's like being in a cat's mouth. But somehow you can overlook that and make it okay for all of us.
All of y'all is happy Chinooka. Can I get a happy Chinooka? Cut that bitch off in a Wendy Williams bird fart for my 49th. Mighty fine, and my mighty fine fiance, Jason, if you know what I mean. Thanks for keeping us entertained. You guys rock. Thanks so much. That from Danielle.
Happy Chinooka.
Cut that bitch off. Net Culver.
All of y'all, today's my husband Bill's 61st birthday. Could you please wish him a happy birthday with a big old Leroy Jenkins, a couple of Wendy Williams burp farts, and the dirty German talking about baseball. Thanks so much, guys. That from Carrie.
Let's do this. Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah, I always enjoy baseball. I like swinging my wood at balls. As in running and sliding home, if you know what I mean.
All right, guys, here you go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Thank you, Bob. A couple extra emails here. Where did you have sex from yesterday? Bachola's back in 2008. My husband and I in Hawaii to see Jack Johnson and Dave Matthews. We got absolutely plastered at the show, stumbled back to the Sheraton a mile away. Now, the Sheraton is right on the water, and it's a big curved hotel.
That's where I stayed when I was there.
A half circle. Our room was directly in the center. We got back to our room. We dragged the hotel mattress onto our balcony. Had some post-festival sloppy drunk sex, passed out. Next morning, we wake up and realize we can literally see everyone on their balconies having coffee, so they probably saw us. But whatever, we have no shame. On a side note, staying at this hotel for a few days was like Groundhog's Day. Every single night at 6 and 9 o'clock, the poolside band played that freaking Hawaiian version of Over the Rainbow.
Oh, God.
Real annoying, real fast. Later, bitches, that from LJ and Olympia. You cannot escape that song.
You can't. And the thing is, it wasn't even good when Judy Garland did it. It's the worst song in the movie. And then they said, guess what we'll do? We'll make it worse.
But it's one of the biggest, I can't remember the guy's name, but he's one of the biggest wine artists now. Not as big as Don Ho.
I was going to say Don Ho.
But he's probably sold more.
Oh, Jack Johnson, right?
No.
Isn't that the dude?
No, it's like this bigger dude. I think he passed away not too long ago. He's a huge dude, but really, really popular in Hawaii. Guys, I'm one day behind on the podcast, but I listen to it on Odyssey, the Odyssey app when I'm on my breaks there. Got a good one for you. As far as sex, backseat of a 2001 Ford Mustang. We were flexible. We were 18 years old. My girlfriend was, All of a sudden, we hear a knock on the car window, and with the windows all fogged up, I lower the driver's window. It's a cop. Cop. What are you guys doing? Me.
Can't you smell it?
Oh, nothing. Cop. Does she know where her parents are? Me. No. You should drive her home. Me. Yes, sir. I drove her home. We've been married 20 plus years now. Good times. Thanks for making the day better, making me laugh at the stupidity that comes out of your mouth. That from Jesse, the bus driver.
Thanks.
And one more email here on what happened to your head. Olabacholas in November 2017. A friend of mine and I were at a concert in Liverpool, city center. As usual, we had more than a few shots and pints before the gig. It was a general admission show in a small theater, so he was up front near the stage for most of it while I hung in the near bar and continued to drink more than necessary. Once the show ended, we all piled out of the theater, and my friend said about walking toward a place to flag down a cab. As it had been raining all that day, the pavement was slippery and my balance wasn't particularly great, considering how much I'd have to drink. While trying to weave in and out of people to catch up to him, I slipped, face planted right into the pavement. My two front teeth broke out to where only the roots were left. Otherwise, it looked like there was a triangular chunk of teeth missing. Not to mention my face was covered in blood. I'm actually surprised we even found a taxi driver who'd let us in. Considering it was near Christmas, the next day when I woke up, I put on All I Want for Christmas is My Two Front Teeth. Didn't have much of a choice but to laugh it off and deal with it. Thankfully, dental treatment is heavily subsidized by the NHS here, so it only cost me about £260 to get crowns for both teeth, which was about $320 American at the time. Later, bitches, that from Sean in England.
By the way, Miles, apparently you're the only person who does not know the Hawaiian singer's name. Yes, he has, in fact, passed. Is.
Oh, yeah.
IZ, but it's Israel Kamakawiwo Ole. I'm sure I said that wrong, but anyway, because of that, he went by Is.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Time to open wide and sample Ted's meat and potatoes. Now, here's your host, head chef of the men's room, the Ted Nugent.
Oh, so close.
Looks like a sous chef to me.
Indeed. Hello, gentlemen. Thank you.
Hello, Mr. Hawk.
Little look behind the curtain here. Sous Chef was looking for what he could bring in here for the segment for today. Found out that tomorrow is a fantastic holiday that I will not be celebrating. It is German Chocolate Cake Day tomorrow.
Oh, is that what it is? I thought you wiped your ass on a brown sponge.
So, of course, I have brought in some German chocolate cake, or what should pass for German chocolate cake.
Before you get started, I have a question here. Steve, you probably know the answer to this because I'm not familiar with the chef world. When Ted is here and he does meat and potatoes, he always wears his chef jacket.
Of course.
Would it be taboo for you to wear his jacket, being that you are only a sous chef?
I believe so.
Okay,
You can borrow your buddies, like if you're on the line, but if your chef were to walk in and you're wearing his jacket, I promise you they would have a conniption fit. It's like we had an intern that worked here years and years and years ago, and our boss, Hair Club, was viciously upset one day. We're like, what's up? Because I walked into my office, and that intern was sitting in my chair with his feet up on his desk. We were like, that was a bad decision. He's like, it was.
Bad call.
So it's kind of the same thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. All right, that makes sense.
Would imagine that they'd have a handful of other jackets that you might be able to borrow should you be in a pinch.
There are jackets.
Your own.
You just do not wear
don't
the
grab that
chef's.
one.
Yeah.
It's like going into the master bathroom when you're a guest in the house. You just don't do it.
Just check it.
But anyway, with German Chocolate Cake Day being tomorrow, I was trying to find something around then. Mr. Hill, you actually informed me something very interesting about German chocolate cake. It actually has nothing to do with Germany.
Not a damn thing.
Not a damn thing. I actually, and that spurred my list that I have for you today, Miles. If you want to rally the singers to come on up here.
Number 10.
And lucky for us, German chocolate cake is number 10. It's delicious, but its name is lying to you. It's not German at all. It was named after a German, a man named Sam German. He didn't invent the cake itself, but back in 1852, he created a chocolate bar. It was different from normal chocolate at the time because it was made for cooking, and it came to be called Baker's German Sweet Chocolate.
Oh, okay. That's the chocolate that you accidentally eat when you're drunk at your mom's house.
Yeah, better stuff.
Think it's a chocolate bar, and it's not good at all.
It's the cake option that shows up, and honestly, for me, it's like a pumpkin spice latte. I gotta take a bite of it every time it shows up, but I'm disappointed every time. I don't like coconut, but I just keep going after it because maybe, just maybe, my taste buds have changed.
Okay, now here's some good news about this one. Because you bought a cheap-ass one, you can't really taste the coconut.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, seriously, because
coconut.
Sure is.
I love
What do you mean bought? I made that handmade last night.
Sure you did.
I'm the sous chef. All right. 10 foods that aren't from where you think.
Number 9.
This comes to us from Liz first, by the way. Number 9 is Baked Alaska. Where would you guys think that Baked Alaska's from?
Well,
Baked
in the
Alaska.
name, I would say Alaska. But what is it again?
I've never had it, so what is it?
If I'm not mistaken, I don't have it right here. So Baked Alaska, if I'm not mistaken, is an ice cream that... Or is that creme brulee?
You're thinking creme brulee. Either way, I would
They set it on
Alaska.
fire, right? Don't they?
I think so. But the thing, if you call it Baked Alaska, I would just assume it's from Alaska until
You would.
right now.
You would. The Baked Alaska dessert was actually invented in New York City. Most likely in 1868, the same year the U.S. purchased Alaska from Russia.
It is a dessert.
The chef who named it called it Baked Alaska to cash in on the fame of the recently completed deal.
Okay. What is it, Miles?
It's ice cream and cake topped with browned meringue.
I knew it was meringue.
I'm not a big meringue dude, man.
Man, for me, meringue always looked great, but it never delivered for me.
It's cool to torture. You know?
Yes.
That's about it.
Number 8.
Mentioned earlier today, French dip. Where do you guys think French dip was invented?
I'm going
to say Philly or New York.
Boston.
The French dip sandwich, perhaps unsurprisingly, isn't from France. It was invented at Philippe's in Los Angeles in 1918. The first sandwich of its kind came about by accident. The restaurant's namesake, Philippe Mathieu, was making a sandwich for a police officer when he accidentally dropped the roll into hot oil. The officer bought it anyway, and he loved it so much that he returned the next day with his friends, and they all ordered their rolls that were dipped in oil.
I thought you were going to say that they were out of ingredients that day, and he only had 2 things. Just make a sandwich out of it. Well,
Number 7.
10 foods that aren't from where you think they are. The Coney dog.
It's not
from
Coney Island?
No, it is not.
Come
Where do you
on.
think the Coney dog came from?
Oh, man.
That's real, because that's real specific, man.
I don't know.
The Coney
Chicago.
dog may be attributed to Coney Island. You're very close, but its true origins lie a few states west, Michigan. Much like the French dip, the exact origin is unknown, as there are 3 different eateries that claim that they invented the iconic dog. All 3 restaurants are located in Michigan. The other theory there with the French dip is that they were trying to soften the bread for older customers so that they'd be able to eat it. That's why they went with the au jus.
Because you dip it in juice.
That's awfully nice of you. Thank
Top
you.
10 foods that aren't from where you think.
Number 6.
Curry powder. Where would
Not
you
from
think?
India?
Not from India. What do you think about curry
And
powder?
I don't know. I'd say California.
Thailand.
The curry powder that we know today is nothing like the original spice it was supposed to mimic. It was heavily influenced by the British, and in India, it isn't even referred to as curry. They call it masala. And there are many different varieties. The curry powder that we know best is the British produced when they tried to replicate the flavors they encountered in traditional Indian cooking.
And now I just figured out what the marsala is.
Exactly.
Like, I always liked it, but now I
It's
realize.
also an Italian wine, so there's a couple different marsalas.
Is it masala or
It is
marsala?
masa. No
masala.
Marsala
like
is the
tiki
one.
masala.
Exactly.
Number 5.
Maraschino cherries. Where do you guys think that maraschino cherries
New
would have
York,
been invented?
right?
New York, not a bad guess.
New York or Italy?
So maraschino cherries may have an Italian-sounding name, but they actually come from Croatia. Originally, maraschino was the name of a liquor made from the Croatian marasca cherries. Then fresh cherries were preserved in their own alcohol, and that's what a maraschino cherry is.
Okay.
All right.
So it's actually supposed to be alcohol.
Number 4.
10 foods that aren't from where you think. Number 4, ketchup. Where do you think ketchup came from?
The U.S.
You'd
Tell
hope.
me the
Pittsburgh.
U.S.
Ketchup originated from a different type of sauce from China.
Huh.
Damn.
It was made from fish. 500 years ago, Chinese sailors were sailing down the coast when they found a sauce made from fermented anchovies.
Huh.
In the 17th century, British traders made their way into the region, and they ended up discovering ketchup, is what they call it, K-E-dash
okay.
100 years later, and they were hooked and it became a prized possession.
I'll be damned.
Because the U.S. is like the god of ketchup. Man.
Oh, we
Like,
love
we're
it.
all about it.
100%.
Number 3.
How about what you put on a room and some sauerkraut?
Hot dog.
Well, no, sauerkraut. Where would sauerkraut be from?
Oh, sorry. Germany.
Germany,
Come
you think?
on.
Poland?
Well, it goes well with most German food. The original was Chinese. It came around 2,000 years
kimchi,
ago.
that makes sense.
When and was enjoyed by laborers building the Great Wall. The only real difference is that the Chinese fermented their cabbage and rice wine. The Germans draw out the water with salt. Basically, they needed something that they were able to preserve, so they just started putting the cabbage in the brine and letting it ferment.
You're really going to like this chocolate cake. It's
I'm sure I will. I mean, you guys take all that you want. I'll enjoy it a little bit later.
The Chinese are getting it out there, man.
They are, man.
Number 2.
Bologna. Where's bologna from? Where you think is probably bologna?
I'm going to guess U.S. I mean, it sounds like it would be Italian, but
I'm going to say Germany.
So here's the thing. Bologna we eat today is nothing like the food it's originally based on. Bologna is supposedly named after the city in Italy, but the meat it is most similar to is mortadella. Mm-hmm. Mortadella is actually from Italy, but only slightly resembles bologna. Mortadella is of a much higher quality and uses only the finest pork meat. It is liberally sprinkled with cubes of pure pork fat and minced, mixing everything together. The original stuff from bologna will be marked as such and will have added pistachios and black pepper.
There's a high-end bologna out there somewhere.
There is indeed.
yeah, absolutely.
For our throwaway meat, yeah. Number 1 of the 10 foods that aren't from where you think is tempura. Where do you think we get tempura from?
Japan.
I would have assumed Japan, but now I know that's
But you
not
know
the
it's
answer.
wrong. While we may attribute tempura cooking to the Japanese, it was actually a Portuguese innovation. The word tempura is actually thought to have derived from the Portuguese word temporis, which means Lent. This makes sense as Catholic population would eat fish on Fridays and eventually decide to fry it.
Okay. Thank you, sous chef.
Yes, sir.
That was great information. We appreciate it. And the German chocolate cake, not from Germany.
No, and I can't
That's
taste
German.
coconut.
It's from here in the U.S.
So the day's coming up. You are listening to The Men's Room.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
99.9 KISW. The men's room is in progress.
Coming up in just a couple minutes here, we will drink, we will toast with a shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way 1 hour from now. But first, quick check-in with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Oh, hello. Good news. If you don't get enough of the Statue of Liberty, France is sending us another one. It's 10 feet tall and will be erected on Ellis Island.
Now, let me ask you this. Would they be pissed if we regifted it? Right? Because, like, look, people buy you gifts and we go, like, guys, I mean, I appreciate the gesture. That's real cool. We have one, and it's big.
Now, France's was the first one was gifted to France, correct?
No, they gifted it to us.
Right, but wasn't it a re-gift? If I'm not mistaken, wasn't it like Australia sent it to France or something like that?
Really? And then France is like...
Or maybe it was like India sent it to France?
So France gave us... It is insulting.
Yes, they did. They re-gifted it to us.
Do you think they feel bad, like if you re-gifted something, right? Then you go to that person's house and you're like, oh, God, dude, they hung that picture up like... prime spot in their lip. Like, that's our thing, man.
Right.
That's a re-gift.
Exactly.
I always thought that was at New York, and Vegas, but I guess not.
Yeah, that's there's still no word yet whether or not that's the original or not.
I see.
Now that one, you know what that one is? That one's like the print of the famous painting.
I see.
I'm pretty sure it is true that France re-gifted it to us. Therefore, they have no right to be mad if we go ahead and just pitch it off to like Puerto Rico or something like that.
All right, let me ask you this, and I don't know if you know the answer, but like, were we aware of that at the time? Because it's how the conversation goes, right? Did France say, hey, look, let's give this to the fledgling United States, right? They seem cool, man. Right. Just don't tell them. Don't tell them that it's re-gift. Or was it like, hey, some other country gave us this. It doesn't make sense, but for you guys, man, I think it'd be awesome.
Right.
You know, I mean, it's a big difference.
It is. An update for our listeners in New Orleans. There's a strip club in the area offering $1,000 signing bonuses due to the national exotic dancer shortage.
There's an exotic dancer shortage.
There is.
I knew there was something wrong in the area.
Especially there in New Orleans. They're really hurting. So now they got one that's offering $1,000 signing bonuses.
Have you been to New Orleans, Mike?
I have not.
Miles, I think you back me up on this. I don't know that you need exotic dancers there, only because if you have beads...
Good enough.
Yeah, it's like currency.
And isn't it just like Dollar General beads? Like, they're not going to cost you a dime, but they're currency.
If you go to the dollar store and you know they got shipped from some country that makes them with asbestos, they don't care. And even if you're not trying to get them to show your boobs, if they see that you have beads, there's boobs in your face, and I'm like, for beads? Oh, okay.
Right?
Sure.
Now, would you have to stock up on beads before you go down there because they're marked up in New Orleans?
Yes.
Thought so.
I'm not even kidding. Like, yeah, their dollar store, they're like $5 there.
Right, yeah, it's currency.
Every penny.
I dig it. For folks in Maine...
Wait, we got an update. We got an update on the Statue of Liberty. Apparently, France did, in fact, make the Statue of Liberty.
Okay.
But they tried to give it to England. And England was like, no thanks, man. So kind of... You know.
Well, what were they liberated from? It's England.
Right. The empire. The sun never sets on the British Empire. Like, are you sure? You think even England was like, hey, man, that's not on our brand.
Right. You know what?
We're the opposite of... We occupy your country. We don't invite you here.
Give it to the rebel scum across the pond.
You know, that's how it went.
Absolutely. For folks in Maine, that black substance that's staining your feet from the beaches, that's just crushed bug remains.
I read this the other day, and they showed it looked like you were just, like if you walk barefoot over a parking lot, you know, it looks like that on the bottom of your feet. And I'm like, why is this a story? And then I kept reading, and I'm like, it's just blood.
A lot of dyes come from insects.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
a lot
where
of
we get our red dyes, even in our food, that comes from insects.
That's why
clothing dye comes from insects.
Right, people that are trying to like find true vegan stuff, like vegan lipstick has to be a thing because there's little bugs inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'll update on the Statue of Liberty.
What you got?
First says everything Mike said about the Statue of Liberty is incorrect. Fine. Someone else says
I'm the news guy. Of course, it's incorrect.
You're not working on it.
It was originally designed. This is another theory. Look, we don't know, and I refuse to look it up. It was originally designed for Egypt by France, but then decided to give it to the U.S. instead.
Gotcha. Okay, so
who knows?
The common denominator is that France actually did make the Statue of Liberty.
Yes.
Okay.
And we ended up with it. Right. I think we should ask some questions about Mini-Me that's coming over. Like, did you try to give this to someone else?
Man. There's a lot of actors that turned down some really good roles in their prime, so we're glad to have that.
Be honest, who'd you try to give this to first? There's a carpet store in the UK that didn't have a pride flag to hang, so they used a twister mat instead.
I saw that.
That was great. And it fits in. If you're not looking for it, you can't tell.
It's just a cool flag.
It's just a bunch of colors on a flag. Several people in Winnipeg are dealing with wet cement that backed up into their homes through the sewer water.
Damn.
So, yeah, you know how
That's a real problem.
That's a big problem.
That is a big problem. Like, oh, my.
You thought the Christmas vacation scenario was bad where your toilet's all backed up.
Outtake lines are filled with cement and dry.
Right.
Oh, no.
That will eventually settle.
Yeah, exactly.
I smell lawsuits.
That is not good.
Absolutely, man. That's what I want to know is where's the wet cement coming from? Who dumped a crap ton of wet cement into the sewer system that's now going into people's freaking toilets?
Or just the natural mixture of the current ingredients that are flowing into there.
Created cement is what you're thinking. Oh, there's a theory. A 79-year-old nun stole more than $835,000 from a Catholic school to fund her gambling addiction. She does say she's remorseful, which is big for the Catholic religion.
Well, thanks.
But
yeah, I'm remorseful for stealing nearly $1 million. I'm so sorry.
From our kids, the Catholic school.
I've been a nun my whole life, so give me a freaking break.
Goodness gracious.
That's a good point. Like, hey, you know what my job is like? Let me get my yayas out.
Can't have any fun, dude.
Right.
How much fun? None.
Yeah.
I just want to know how fast, because she's 79 years old. You figure that she's maybe kind of getting out of the
No, man. I'm saying
embezzlement ring.
As long as Agnes, whatever her name is, as long as she's healthy enough to gamble, if you're addicted to it,
That's true.
It's like anything else. If you're an addict, you're an addict. Even if you stop doing it, you still think about it and want to do it.
Absolutely.
And she's getting away with stealing the money, so like, off to Vegas I go.
You think that was just her racket? She went in like, I'm going to join the nunnery, and because I know that I can embezzle all this money.
That is definitely playing the long game.
I know how it works, man.
Cussing at the blackjack table.
God damn it! Because there's no way she rolled into casinos dressed as a nun.
No way. Maybe it was like online poker on a phone or something like that.
Yeah, it could be that.
She's hiding a phone under a mattress there in the monastery.
That's not where it is.
You guys ready for this? We got Swedish fish marshmallows about to hit the shelves.
Why?
What are Swedish fish again?
Swedish fish. Yeah, they're the little red fish that people hate for whatever reason. I love Swedish fish.
I don't like them for any reason other than I don't like the taste of them.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. No, I love
Is
them.
that a sweet candy?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's on the gummy tip.
It is probably one of my favorite candies. I absolutely love Swedish fish.
Yeah, my kid, he loves them too. But again, he's in the gummy game along with you, right?
So basically, they're just taking marshmallows that are shaped. I don't think they're even shaped. I think it's just marshmallows, and then they've put resolved Swedish fish and drizzled it over these marshmallows.
That's going to feel weird in your mouth.
Do you have a daily gummy vitamin?
No.
Okay. Because you could.
That's true.
That way you get your gummies in, but you don't look chubby.
I have seen
adults.
Gummy vitamins, like a one a day. That would definitely get you to take the vitamin.
Sure. You need it to taste good.
Sure.
That's the problem with the, melatonin? They put them in like the little gummies, and then I saw a TikTok of a mom that went into her kids' rooms, and they had thought that it was a little jar of gummy candy, and so they took all this melatonin, and they are just completely knocked the F out.
Yeah,
man, they're gone.
They're probably damn near comatose at that point. Jesus.
Oh man, 19% of people have made a sex playlist.
A sex playlist?
Oh,
you mean
playlist.
Specific music?
Oh, correct.
Man, I don't care what music is playing when it's go time.
But here's the thing, okay?
Is this Helix? It is Helix, isn't it?
But there was a day and age where you just turned on the radio. You know, a lot of people have the story of they lost their virginity to whatever song.
Well, sure.
They pop in a cassette for when they're trying to put the moves on. You know, you get Barry White on the record player, whatever you're gonna do. But now that things have got more sophisticated,
Barry White, I had Pour Some Sugar on Me playing, and I wish I was joking.
You and I play a different game, man.
No, I did not put it on. The chick I was dating at the time that was willing to throw me a little humming yum yum loved that album. I was not a fan of that album, but based on what was about to happen,
I did not care.
Kept my opinion to myself. But I do actively remember losing my virginity and listening.
That's better than Squeeze.
Is that what you had?
Pretty sure that's what she was listening to. Squeeze is fine. That's what was on. It's a little strange.
It just sucks.
It does. There's
what
no tempo
was the
to
first
it.
song?
That sounds like more of a masturbation song.
Yeah. No,
I don't.
No,
just the name alone.
No, not at all.
See, that should be next week's poll. What song were you listening to when you lost your virginity?
Playing Black Coffee in bed, and I'm losing my virginity. It's really happening.
Well, we did have a song. You had to lose your virginity to a song, and that's where we got.
Oh God, that's right. Yeah. You know what? I don't know if I can get through that. Like, come on, you got to turn this.
Bruce Willis.
I'd be laughing my ass off, but I think I could muscle through it. Again, you're losing your virginity to it. So much like Pour Some Sugar on Me, at least you're enjoying it the whole way through. Oh, man. A man in Virginia threatened to kill everyone inside of a McDonald's because it was too early for a Happy Meal.
Is he the one man in America that doesn't know what goddamn time?
Seriously.
Dude, it's not like
it changes.
This is more common than the knowledge that their ice cream machine is always busted.
Sometimes on the weekends, they typically would cut it off at 10:30.
Right.
And then on the weekend, some places will not stop serving breakfast until 11.
Right.
And then you pull up at 10:30 ready for a juicy hamburger, man. They're like, sorry, you're still serving breakfast. You're like, no!
You figured that when it's getting close to crunch time there, they'd put up a timer. Like, hey, we're on breakfast for another hour.
Something.
Or, hey, lunch is now on. Whatever it is.
But again, I'm thinking to myself, I work at McDonald's. I don't know what they get paid, but I know they're not getting paid.
That's
right?
truth.
And now I have to deal with the fact that some crazy mofo is threatening to kill me because he can't get a Happy Meal.
Right.
And if anyone needs a Happy Meal, that's got to be brother right
Just put
there.
an Egg McBlufflin in a hash brown in a little box, you know what I mean? And give him a Coke and let him go on his way.
I know it's a bunch of
toy in
teenagers
there,
that are
whatever.
working in there, but I got a feeling that if I was back there, and maybe it's because I wouldn't care if I got fired or not, just, Earl, can you just throw on a doggone hamburger and get this guy his Happy Meal?
When they do that, just put some S in a box. By the time he realizes it's wrong, who cares?
He wants it for the toy. You know he wants it for the doggone toy.
Of course.
Just put it in the box. Call it good. Let's see here. Someone conducted a study to determine the hangriest states. If you didn't know it. Yeah, hunger caused anger.
Because that's geographical.
It is.
Yeah.
Because they did it by looking at numbers of fast food joints and Walmarts per capita in each state.
Okay.
The work break laws in each location.
Okay.
The percent of adults with diabetes.
Okay.
And the number of searches for the word hanger. My guess with the diabetes is that when you're having a crash, you're going to need it.
Between diabetes and Walmart, we know where this list is going.
Where is it then, Miles?
It's going to go to the south.
Okay.
There's no doubt about it. Yeah. It's going to be Alabama, Mississippi, Kentucky, West Virginia, maybe Ohio.
Okay, what do you think is the number one then? Go ahead, shoot your highest shot.
Alabama. Arkansas, Alabama, something.
Okay, so here are the 10 hangriest states. Number 10, Rhode Island.
Wow, would not have guessed that.
I wouldn't have either.
Again, this is fast food joints,
Nor did
Walmart
I.
per capita, work break laws, percentage of adults with diabetes, and number of searches for the word hanger. Number 9, Montana.
Okay.
That's gotta be.
I gotta see that.
It's gotta be hangry just because you can't find anywhere to go eat.
I think you can't find anywhere to eat, and most people that are working there are doing legit labor.
Right.
Right? Like, I need...
You're not getting work breaks.
Right.
That's probably what that is.
Right.
More fast food places and Walmart.
I need steak and potatoes. Top 10 hangriest states. Number 8, our brothers to the south, Oregon.
Oh, chill out, Oregon.
Well, there's a lot of rural Oregon. You know,
That's fair.
So
Fair. Number 7, going back home there, Miles, West Virginia.
not shocking.
Yeah,
Just based on the amount of fast food establishments, people with diabetes, they don't really get breaks at work because they refuse to go to work.
Say they don't work.
All right.
Top 10 hangriest states. Number 6, our brothers to the east, Idaho.
Yeah, because to me, other than Boise, it's just part of Montana, right?
True.
Same kind of thing.
And Walmart and fast food establishments. It's not going to be in New York City.
Right. Exactly. Number 5 of the top 10 hangriest states, South Dakota.
Yep.
Again,
Out in the middle of doggone nowhere.
right.
Number 4, Vermont.
That's a little shocking to me.
It is. I mean, well, it turns out, those high Vermonters are hangry.
I'm rather peckish. I'm about to go off. I'm about to kick off my Birkenstocks and lose my mind. My sweater with the corduroy elbow patches. I'm so hungry, I'm getting rather miffed.
That's about the most West Coast
I'm
state
so hungry.
in the East Coast.
I might eat meat. I might buy a ham.
Oh, man. Top 10 hangriest states. Number 3, Alaska.
Yeah.
Again, this is based on fast food joints, Walmart per capita,
Labor.
work break laws, adults with diabetes, and number of searches of the word hanger. Number 2 of the top 10 hangriest states, Mississippi.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
All right, and you guys are leaning hard on
because
Alabama.
all of the food there is good, so you really, really, really want to eat.
This is the number 1 hangriest state in the U.S. We have not even talked about it. Maine.
Maine.
Go get something to eat, goddammit.
Again, is it just because there's nothing in Maine? I'm sure it's beautiful, but
Maine's pretty cool.
right.
Yeah, really.
Why is it cool?
It's just like time just stopped for the most part. You go up there and it's like no one's in a hurry.
Right, nobody lives there.
Yeah,
every place that's described as beautiful. Because there's no people.
Portland's a cool town with a lot of bars you can walk through. You can pop in anywhere, get shrimp, get lobster at the bar. It's not the worst.
Yeah.
Except for when the Boston people come up in the summertime to vacation.
And wintertime.
Yeah.
Well, now that we kind of screwed up your guys' thoughts as far as that goes, do you have any idea what the least hangry states are?
New York.
New York, Miles? One shot guess?
Florida.
I only have the top 2. Number 2 being Georgia.
All right. If you've seen the size of those people, like, you ain't hungry. Come on.
And again, this is based on the number of fast food joints and Walmarts per capita, work break laws in each location.
Also, change it to Texas.
Adults with diabetes and number of searches for the word hanger. The number one least hangry state is left field, Illinois.
Oh, they got everything.
Yeah. Right.
I don't want to live there, but they got a little bit of everything.
It's just tightly packed enough to where it's just you can find whatever you need to over there. Some more news. 1 in 3 people say that they go ahead eating food that they found a hair in at a restaurant.
Yeah, mostly guys. It depends on the hair, right?
It does.
Sure.
If I got to pull it out of my mouth, I keep stretching like a clown scarf. You're like, oh man. If it's just like that little pube sitting on top, you're like, eh.
That was me and my brother-in-law's first interaction.
Really?
Yes. So he worked at the Jack in the Box out there in Enumclaw. My sister had started showing interest in this particular individual, and we were going to go out there to dinner. She's like, I'm going to show you this guy that I'm interested in. I was like, all right. So we go in there, we order the food. He's working back in the kitchen, so I haven't seen him yet. I order the food. It comes out. He actually brings it out there, and I meet him, and I get to size up the guy that's making eyes at my sister. I sit down and I start eating, and then all of a sudden I taste it. His long, flowy hair is inside of my burger.
Sweet.
So my first.
I'm part of you now.
Yeah. He wore a hairnet for the rest of his days there at Jack.
I swear to God, one time I got a bag of weed, man, and there was like a 9-inch black hair, like embezzled in one of the buns. It's like, wow, man, that's a long ass hair. Authentic.
A new dating survey found that just under half of people say 3 dates is enough to know if you like someone.
If you go on 3 dates, sure.
54% of people on dating apps are looking for something serious, and 6% admit that they're looking to cheat on their partners.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Bro, just break it off.
Yeah.
Or do you really just get your jollies off of cheating?
Ho, ho, ho.
A Coast Guard helicopter had to rescue 3 people and 2 dogs that got stranded on an inflatable flamingo raft.
The problem is it's in Kodiak, Alaska.
Yeah.
Water's freezing cold.
So why are you on a flamingo raft?
Oh, because you're dumb.
The tides took them out, basically. I mean, apparently swift moving in this bay.
Oh, gotcha.
And they decided to get on it with their dogs.
What would you rather be stuck on, though? That flamingo raft, one of those giant inflatable whales?
I don't want to be stuck on anything drifting out to sea.
That's true.
Probably the whale.
Yeah. And just all of them are childish. Or you get a little like
it was like this woman's 30th
little donut rings.
It was this woman's 30th birthday. That's what they decided to do. Happy birthday.
A man in York, not New York, a man in York killed his sister's cat with a sword.
Jesus, man.
I don't get it, man. People are weird.
There's nothing to get.
Nope. A high school in Scranton was evacuated on reports of a bobcat loose in the building.
Okay.
Which turned out to be a house cat missing for 3 months.
Oh, but it was hungry.
Yes. That's why it looked like a wild bobcat. A man in England was fired after he was spotted at a bar after he had called in sick, but a judge ruled that he should not have been fired.
Is that right?
I'll tell you why 1 hour from now.
Okay. Thank you, Mike Hawk. Headlines are on the way 1 hour from now. In the meantime, let's get a contestant on the line for Profile This at 206-421-ROCK.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.